This show is about a serious faith base, so please, if you have any bashing or negative comments that aren't constructive, please keep them out of our threads or else they will be deleted. People who are actually trying to learn something or maybe interested in this path. Other than that, we hope you enjoy it. Proud to be Pagan. Hello everyone, and welcome to Season 2 of Proud to be Pagan. And this year we're going to be going over about 20 different things. Today we're going to be going over the intro to divination. Now, definition of divination is using physical means, be it cards, candles, whatever, something physical, to predict the future, to see into the past, or to help with the present. Enjoy it, and we have 7 more intro videos to do, and we hope you enjoy this season. Alright everyone, the first thing we're going to talk about is the tarot. Now tarot are card sets that have 4 suits and 22 major arcana, and then the minor arcana are part of the 4 suits that have 1 through 10, or ace through 10, and I like to call them their family. Now as you can see here on the table, I have the lady, the king, the queen, and the knight of each suit. I have the lady of rings, the king of swords, queen of wands, and knight of cups. Does everyone see what that is right there? Rings, the same thing as pentacles. Some will say pentacle. Swords sometimes will say knives. And cups will sometimes say chalices. So you have pentacles or rings as your earth element. And swords or knives, obviously, is your air element. And wands, which is only wands, is going to be your fire element. And then cups or chalices, obviously, now, like I said, those are the minor arcana. And what they do is, depending on their placement, they may say something small about the whole divination. Now, those are not the definite answers. Those are the one, they're a little more vague. When you piece them together, they make a picture. Like I like to call the minor arcana the puzzle pieces, and once you put them together, they make sense. But however, major arcana do not have any real placement, but they do go wherever the setup. Now, like I said, there are 22 arcana cards here. I'm going to go through them very quickly. I can't pronounce that one, but that's one of them. The Hangman, the World, the Sun, the Wheel of Fortune, the Chariot, the High Priestess, the Hermit, the Tower, Judgment, the Moon, Lovers, the Emperor, Strength, the Fool, the Devil, the Empress, the Star, the Magician, Temperance, Death, and of course Justice. Those all have their own meanings. Now, again, you might want to look up exactly what those meanings are, but if they don't have the names written on them, just look at what's in the picture. If there are 9 rings or 9 pentacles, that's 9 of pentacles. The lady is always younger, the queen is always older, the king is always older, and the knight is always younger. So let's do it. If you really want to get really into it, I suggest this book here, which is the Tarot Bible. It's by Sarah Bartlett, and it will give you definitions and descriptions of every single card and exactly what it means. And if you still don't get it, I love the For Dummies books. There is a Tarot for Dummies book out there. I know it's crazy, but it exists. And that's that's the basics of tarot. Now, astrology is one of the biggest forms of divination. As we know, we can all know about the zodiac. It has its own meaning, its own time of year. It has its own numbers. They have their own correspondence completely. Each one has a rising sign. Each one has a moon sign and a sun sign. It's a very, very complicated form of divination. Basically, the best book we found that I can show you for this one is The Only Astrology Book You'll Ever Need by Joanna Martine Woolfolk. It comes with a DVD. You can plug in your computer, and if you're watching this video, you know how to use a computer, so your best bet is to do that. And the book itself will teach you, while the DVD or the CD-ROM, which is basically a program, will just show you what most astrologers have not even perfected their art yet. It's a very, very hard form of divination. Alright, the next thing I want to go over are the runes. Now, runes were brought to the earth by legend by Odin while he was hanging from the yew tree, and the runes came to him just in the ground, and he just remembered them and brought them to the world. It was one of the first forms of writing. Has a meaning. There are 25 runes. A lot like tarot, you can have rune cards, or you can have the actual physical runes, which are usually made of stone, bone, or glass. And they have the rune inscribed on them. Very simply. Like right here, I just showed you, that was a bone rune, and I have some amethyst and different crystals in here. I just have one big bowl with it, and each one has a meaning, a letter, a number attached to it, and you'll associate that with something like the puzzle piece, like I was talking about. Puzzle piece of the whole... The runes are very good for daily divining. So that's why I have it in the bowl, as you see. Go in here, put my hand in the bowl, reach out, one rune. And let's see here. One rune, and I pulled it up upside down. It also depends, just like tarot, if it's upside down or not, which is the negative or positive of it. And this one means masculinity, power, and it's upside down, so today I may not have a lot of power or may not have a lot of strength. I don't know. Who knows? We'll have to see. I suggest 2 books if you really want to memorize runes and know what they are. This one's a little hard to find. It is the Book of Runes, quite simply, the Book of Runes, by Ralph H. Bloom. And this was the first book I learned runes off of. It goes through every one of the runes individually. The second book that I want to suggest is just simply, again, The Runes by Lisa Peschel, or A Practical Guide to the Runes. Again, most of these books are going to have all of the runes listed inside of them, and then we're going to go over in detail what all those runes are. And as you can see here, some of the spreads you use for runes. Now, the next thing we're going to go over is palmistry. This is an art that takes a lot of practice and a lot of memorization because every person's different. It is the definite, most physical thing I can think of you divine with because it's right there in front of you. It's actually on someone's hand. It's permanent. It's not going to change. The book we have and we give to our students is this book right here, which is Palmistry, Highway to Your Life by Hazel Whitaker. It has just about anything you need. It tells you every line and has a bunch of pictures because this is such a visual way of divining that you need the pictures. Trust me. So, palmistry is practice, practice, memorization, more practice, and a lot more memorization. So, just pick up a book on palmistry, memorize those lines and what they mean, and there you go. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is the black mirror, or the scrying bowl, or scrying mirror, or the crystal ball. Just like anything else, you want to protect it because anything and everything can come through on this, especially from the basically it's not completely see-through. A scrying bowl usually has water in it, and it's usually a darker color, so that way the water appears darker. A crystal ball is never completely clear, never completely see-through. Black mirror is black for a reason, and I want to point that out. Black mirrors are not bad or evil, they're just black. The reason they're black is so you can see through them better. Now, the way to use them is you stare into them. That's pretty much it. That's what scrying is, any kind of scrying. You stare into the emptiness of the thing you're using, whether it be a mirror or whatever, and eventually a picture will come up. As you're chanting or as you are asking questions or whatever, a person may come and talk to you, or may just hear a voice, or an actual picture, which can be kind of vague, will come up, and most of the time you see those psychics, they're using the crystal ball. So, just remember that, and that's how you guys. I hope you got a little bit out of this intro to divination. And if you guys ask any questions, remember we're always live every Tuesday and Thursday at 6, and you can always comment below. And of course, don't forget to subscribe, and depending on where I'm pointing and what version you have of YouTube, whatever. Just go ahead and comment, or leave video comments, whatever you want to do, and let us know what you think. Let us know what you'd like to see. And that's about it, guys. So, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time on Proud to be Pagan. Blessed be.